We have a good question. What if a person does quantity and quality workaholic, and the whole idea is that, yeah, they're compensating for their fears. And the whole idea of doing right things for right reasons, being motives, which we talked about last time, versus doing right things for wrong reasons. Is it bad to work hard? No, but it's also play hard. Remember we said all work and all play was the rule in healthy homes. So it's not bad to work hard, but you should be doing it for right reasons. And what would the right reasons be? To celebrate your being, that you know and love, to be a giver, not a taker. And when you work hard for right reasons, you don't make others do it too, to satisfy you. So you set the right example. If you do work to celebrate your being, it turns into play. And that's one of the traits of a healthy person. Obliteration of dichotomies in healthy people. We're talking about that tomorrow. And it shows that work is play to healthy people. We even have a sign in our office that says, healthy people play at life, sick people work at life. Okay, so let's quickly read something that a patient gave me once. It's written by a chauvinist pig, and I even gave you a copy, Why I Want a Wife. See up in the corner, Why I Want a Wife by MCP, male chauvinist. You don't have these? No one has them? Oh, here it is, yeah. Okay, each one of you can get a copy of this. Oh, excuse me, John, why don't you pass those out for us? So I want to read this, and you'll see the gender stereotypes in this letter. And it starts out, I belong to that classification of people known as wives. I am a wife, and not altogether incidentally, I am a mother. Not too long ago, a male friend of mine appeared on the scene fresh from a recent divorce. He had one child who is, of course, with his ex-wife, of course, because he doesn't want to take care of it. He is obviously looking for another wife. As I thought about him while I was ironing one evening, it suddenly occurred to me that I, too, would like to have a wife. Why do I want a wife? And here it comes from a male chauvinist pig. I want a wife, this is about the children, to take care of my children so I can go back to school, so I can become economically independent, support myself, and if need be, support those dependent on me. I want a wife to keep track of the children's doctor and dentist appointments, and mine too, to make sure that my children eat properly and are kept clean. I want a wife who will wash the children's clothes and keep them mended. I want a wife who is a good, nurturing attendant to my children, arranges for their schooling, makes sure they have adequate social life with their peers, takes them to the park, the zoo, etc. I want a wife who takes care of the children when they are sick, who arranges to be around when they need special care, who must lose time at work and not lose the job. I want a wife. It may mean a small cut in my wife's income from time to time, but I guess I could tolerate that. Needless to say, my wife will arrange and pay for the care of the children while she is working. See how sick this is and lopsided? He should be doing all these things as well. I want a wife who will take care of my physical needs. This is the husband. I want a wife who cleans the house and picks up after me. See, this is the dirt maid. Keeps my clothes clean, ironed, mended, replacement. This is the washerwoman. I want a wife who will see to it that my personal things are kept in their proper place so I can find what I need the minute I need it. See how selfish and impulsive he is? I want a wife who cooks the meals, a good cook, plans the menus, shopping for food, and serves the meals pleasantly, and cleans up after her. Isn't this awful? Care for me when I'm sick and sympathizes with my pain. I want a wife who goes along with our family, takes a vacation so that everyone can continue to care for me and my children when I need a rest and a change of scenery. I want a wife who will not bother me with rambling complaints about a wife's duties, who will listen to me when I feel the need to explain a rather difficult point I have come across in my course of studies, type my papers for me when I have written them. See? Be deep, like I am. I want a woman who will take care of the details of my social life, take care of babysitting arrangements. When I entertain, the house should be clean, a special meal served, and not interrupt when I talk about the things that interest me and my friends. See, male chauvinist pigs are selfish, and they're spoiled brats. What kind of mommies do they have? Mothers who did that to them, spoiled them and waited on them, and even made their sisters wait on them. I want a wife when I entertain, the house should be clean. Yeah, I did that. I want a wife who will have arranged that the children are fed and ready for bed before my guests arrive so the children do not bother us. See, what kind of a self-concept would a child have raised in that kind of home? takes care of the needs of my guests, so I feel comfortable. Have an ashtray. Serve the hors d'oeuvre. Offered a second helping of food. Wine glasses replenished when necessary. Coffee is served to them just as they like it. See this? I want a wife who knows that sometimes I need a night out by myself. She never does. I want a wife sensitive to my sexual needs, who makes love passionately and eagerly when I feel like it, and makes sure that I am satisfied and not demand sexual attention when I'm not in the mood for it. Okay? There's the sex object wife. Assumes the complete responsibility for birth control because I do not want more children. Remains sexually faithful to me so that I do not have to clutter up my intellectual life with jealousy. Who understands that my sexual needs may entail more than strict adherence to monogamy. I must, after all, be able to relate to people as fully as possible. If by chance I find another person more suitable as a wife than the wife I already have, I want the liberty to replace my present wife with another one. Naturally, I will expect a fresh new life. My wife will take the children and be solely responsible, and so that I am free, left free. When I am through with school and have a job, I want my wife to quit working and remain at home so that my wife can more fully and completely take care of a real wife's duties. Who wouldn't want a wife? Anyone ever read that before? I mean, that's enough to turn your stomach. And yet, some of you have been in relationships like that. And you should be so grateful when a divorce comes. It's the nicest thing he ever did for you.
What about the man that doesn't want a wife, but he wants to do all of this himself?
Yeah, sex stereotype identification. A man wants to do all these things, right?
What do you call that?
What do they used to call them? Henpecked. Anyway, we're not going to spend too much time on that, but that'll just give you a flavor of a male chauvinist pig. Now, before we talk about the pornography addicted person, let's talk about